All right, chip of the day. Everybody loves chip of the day. Is a TCS3472. It is a color light to digital converter with IR filter. So what is it? It's a colorimeter of sorts. It's like a tiny little digital camera with just a few pixels. It's got red pixels, blue pixels, green pixels, and some clear pixels, or white pixels if you want to call them that. So why do you want such a simple little thing? Well, you can measure the RGB of things. So the RGB of an LED backlight. You could have feedback to balance your RGB levels of your LED backlight, or monitoring certain processes. You know, something should always be red, you know, and it suddenly is green. That's no good, right? Like if your meat turns green, that's bad. Let's see. Anyway, all kinds of things. Medical, solid state lighting, blah, 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 blah. Okay, what is it? Well, it's I2C, which is nice. So it's just 6 pins. It's great. Power ground and 6 pins, right? There's an interrupt pin as well, which is sort of a funny little thing. 3,800 to 1 dynamic range. Ideally suited for operation behind dark glass. Did you see that? Ooh. So low power, blah, 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 blah. Compatible with 1.8 volt bus. Wow. Okay. So let's zoom out a bit here. This is a block diagram. It's got 4 types of LED or pin diodes, sensors. So ADCs in those, and read them out. So you just read the ADC value and you send them out on the I2C, basically. There's an IR blocking filter though, so we'll get to that. Let's see here. IR blocking filter. There's one good graph here. This is the graph all the optics people want to know. So this is the spectral sensitivity, wavelength versus output. And you can see that it's based off of silicon. Silicon peaks at about 1100 nanometers, and it falls at about 400 nanometers. So you can see here 400 to 650 is kind of the visible range. There's an IR blocking filter in here. So normally this black curve would continue to go up, but that IR cut is what's responsible for the abrupt change here at 650 nanometers. And then there's those type of pixels. There's blue pixels, green pixels, and red pixels. They just have a dye put on top of them. Once the silicon is made, you just paint them, basically. You put red, green, blue paint on top of them, a special type of dye. Yeah, so what's the thing look like? Well, it's this tiny little package here. They come on these little boards with a little bit of circuitry. There's a 5 volt to 3.3 volt regulator on here, so you can operate at 5 volts. There's some level conversion shifters, some FET level conversion shifters. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Let me show you a schematic of it. Here's a schematic of the module. So here's the chip. It has the 3.3 volt regulator. It has an LED. In fact, it has 2 LEDs. These are just illumination, so you use it as a reflective sensor. You have light coming up, and then it reflects off of the object and goes down to the center of where the sensor is. So there's an LED. There's a switch on the LED, so you can turn the LED on or off if you want. Normally it's on high all the time. I2C level conversion shifters. Yeah, there you go. That's what's on the little board here. And like I said, they come in different shapes and sizes, but I think schematics are pretty much the same for these things. So let's get an application going. I'm going to be using. All right, so I'm going to be using a ATtiny 3224, and we will pop it on here. That. So yeah, power ground, I2C, and I'll show you this here. I'll pull this out for a second. All right, let's find 5 volts. Let's see, this will do. All right, so first of all, the LEDs light up right away, okay? And that's because that FET is biased high all the time. But you can program that interrupt pin on and off. So if you jumper interrupt to the LED control pin, you can have your software control it. So when you're going to make a color measurement, turn on the LEDs, make the color measurement, then turn off the color LEDs. That'll save battery if you're so inclined. Ignore the little thing over here. That was for something else. So let's see here. Let's zoom down, take a look at what's going on. All right. So we are reading out the red, green, and blue. So if I show it something red, here's a red PC board. I'll put a red PC board over it. And now it's going to be seeing just reflected red. And you can see that our red value is 143 and our green and blue values are down in the 60s, right? So much more red is coming back. Here's a blue LED, so I'll just put a blue LED, blue PC board, blue PC board. You can see that now we have much more blue content coming back. The blue channel is there's 0 to 255, of course. And oddly enough, I don't have any green PC boards on my bench right now. Where's a green PC board? All right, here's a green one. I'll put a green one in there. And yes, indeed, the green one's higher than the other two. There you go. Okay, let's look under the microscope here. We can see the 2 LEDs and the chip in the middle. And then let's go take a look at the entire chip. It looks pretty fancy. You can see that there's some sensors there in the center. And then we can go in even closer and see the red, green, blue, and white, and all that kind of stuff. Looks pretty cool inside. So it's a cute little board. The program just turns on the LEDs, makes the measurement, then turns the LEDs off, like I say. When you load the program, the library for the TCS part, there's about 5 different libraries. I think I chose the SparkFun library, so that's what I'm using. Okay, that was chip of the day, a TCS3472, and sometimes there's a 5 after the end. The family is that number, and then there are some available options. The 721, 23, 25, and 27, depending on packages and other things. All right.